Hi everybody, it's Brigitte, and I am back to share a video with you guys, sharing my pocket letter, my very first pocket letter that I created. Of course, I had to get right on the bandwagon with this trend and start pocketing some pages with paper, and this is the first one that I actually finished. So, and I realized why it took me so long, because this theme is pretty much all about die cuts. And of course, when I saw the CHA releases of My Mind's Eye, this is one of them, which is Fancy That. With all the gold and the gold foiling, I knew that I had to pick up a couple of these different collections. So this is Fancy That, and this is more, you can get around the bridal theme, because a lot of the papers are not like bridal theme per se, but some of the embellishments, like this package of stickers has another pack back here that has a lot of like sayings for weddings and brides and bridesmaids. I used these. I used one of these, but I mounted a piece of pattern paper on the back of it because it said like she wore and had a wedding dress on it. So there are ways of getting around it for sure, especially if you love gold and gold foiling. Let's see, I didn't use any of these because they were primarily like wedding themed little bits. And there were flare buttons and stuff. I did actually, this must have been a mistake on my part because I don't buy rub-ons, but I did use some of the rub-ons, some of the brads, and yeah, this is my favorite here, these little enamel dots and enamel shapes. So this is what I came up with. I decorated everything on the front and then put the goodies in the back. So this first one here, I used, this is a flag from the pack, actually, the ephemera pack. I did use that flag. It says notes. And then the envelope is a Dear Lizzie die. I don't know the name of it, but it's right there. And then this is a piece of the pattern paper that I mounted on one of the gold and white stripe papers. And then I stamped that. Let me see if I can get the stamp. Sorry about that. Here's the stamp. It's by Simon Says Stamp, and it's Sparkle and Shine is the name of the stamp set. It's a Simon Says Stamp exclusive. So I used that, the middle stamp. Then let's see, I used this little heart. I think it's the cutout, oops, from this MFT coffee cup. So it's that little heart right there. And then on this one I used the foil cardstock stickers. And then of course I used one of my all-time brand new favorite dies that Julie Ebersol designed for Ellen Hudson, and it's You Rock. Oops. I showed this before in my Prima Shaker tag that I made for Natalie. So that, and then this bow is also from that Dear Lizzie die set, which is right there. And then here I used one of the vellum pieces from the My Mind's Eye Fancy That. I layered it with one of these, I think this is a DIY tag from American Crafts. It came in a whole pack of gold and craft tags. And then I used the cardstock foil stickers again for tea. And then on this one, what I did was I knew that I wanted to use vellum to make shakers, and I had seen Crafty Irina, who's Irene here on YouTube, make vellum pocket shakers. So I went ahead and die cut this little jar, which is this. And what I like about this one, I think this is an Echo Park die. When you cut the top, it has a little hole here. I mean, you know, like the canning jar top. It's really cute, so you can add ribbon or whatever there. But so I made a little shaker with the sequins. This collection also came with sequin pack, so I used it there. And then I used my sewing machine to sew roughly around the sides. So that goes there. And, oops. So this is another piece of the design paper, but I cut this, the best is yet to come, excuse me, out of this pack. So I just cut the card up and then used the banner for that. And then here I used one of the enamel shapes. So this. And the Celebrate rub-on was up here, so I just cut it out and rubbed it on the back. And then I used some more of the dots. And then this is a piece of glittered chipboard Eiffel Tower from, not My Mind's Eye, but it's one of those old Valentine papers. I don't remember the name. Oh gosh. So then here I used one of the chipboard buttons in the collection. I made a couple of flags or banner pieces. I used again the rub-ons here. I just cut them apart, just layered them there. And then here I used the smaller sticker pack, and actually the other alphas are peeking out there. So I layered that on top of a piece of the designer paper, on top of another one, made a flag out of it, and then the this designer pack. This was actually one of these cards with the bridal dress on the back. And then on the back, I'll show you that I just stamped. This is an Allie Edwards thank you and you are fabulous stamp set. So I just mounted that to hide the back of the journaling card. So then on the back, I just did a whole bunch of die cuts. So I put the You Rock dies here. This is a memory box set here, a very small set that actually you can see it does little X stitching. And then these dies, I also used, I don't know that I think I might have cut this part and not done it, but this is the shadow piece of the bold blossoms. So I used these to cut out some die cuts. And then this one, I die cut, these I think are W+9. Yeah, this, not the border, but these little birdies and the flourishes and the birdhouse are W+9. And then here I did a whole bunch of these word dies. There are 2 packs that are sold separately at Hobby Lobby. And then I cut out some of these feathers from Simon Says Stamp. And I put them in there. And the theme also was gold die cuts. Some of them are just gold foiled, but for the most part, the theme was gold die cuts. So these butterflies here are a paper tray ink die. So there's this size and then the very large size. So that's that I did here. And I also die cut some vellum. And then I just figure since I have my supplies out, I might as well show you guys in case you're interested and haven't put everything away yet. So this one is, the funny thing is I was going to use the Tim Holtz die, and then I thought it was too big. But then when I die cut this die, I realized it's just as big, if not just a tad bit bigger. So I put a coffee cup here that says tea. And I just, you know, I took the little tea, I cut this piece out first, put the tea in there to cut out the letters, and then here's the main cup with the lid. So then this is, I told you what I did there. Then the doilies came from, I think this was, at the time it was a free set, but I think they sell them now. These are MFT doilies. So I die cut a bunch of those and put them in there. And then a bunch of those jars that I showed you, the canning jars with gold lids and the vellum. So the tea bag that I have will go here, right here, and then the letter will go in here. So when she removes the letter, at least, you know, there's something pretty to look at. So, so yeah, it's fun to use double-sided papers because if you don't really want to decorate the back, you don't have to. So that's my first pocket letter. I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking it out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and welcome spring with a nice little snowstorm this afternoon here in Jersey. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.